Earthlings, have you ever had that feeling that something's missing? Not just your keys or your phone, I'm talking about. Memories you swear you once had now fade like smoke in the wind. People in your life once seemed permanent, now nothing more than a vague shape in a dream. This is not random forgetfulness, and patterns leave fingerprints. Somewhere, someone, or something is pruning you, bit by bit, quietly enough for you to doubt yourself. The strangest part is you were designed to notice. Your brain keeps logs, faint impressions in the subconscious that flare up when the erasing begins. That's why you sometimes get deja vu or a sudden rush of anxiety for no reason. It's not in your head, it's in your code. You are, whatever you like it or not, a living record. And someone has been going through the files with a very selective delete key. Oh, great blue. So now every time Earthlings forget why they walked into a room, they will think there is a cosmic hitman whipping their hard drive? Fantastic. But you know what's worse? If this is true, if someone's been trimming you down like a bonsai tree, then they have been doing it for so long, you probably have no idea what the original you even looked like. Congratulations. You're the human equivalent of a badly edited Wikipedia page. History, too, isn't safe from erasure. Have you noticed how entire events vanish from collective memory almost overnight? Civilizations once thought permanent, rewritten into footnotes. Names of innovators replaced by the people who profited from their work. This isn't a natural decay of time. It's precision surgery on the past. Imagine a puzzle where pieces are being removed in just the right spots, so the picture still makes sense until one day it doesn't. What makes this more dangerous is that reality doesn't resist. Once a gap exists, your mind fills it with whatever available, true or not. That's why you can be convinced you've always known a false memory. Someone has mastered the art of sculpting human history like clay, while leaving you smiling at the statue you think you built yourself. And if they can erase the past, they can erase your place in it. Oh, I love this part. It's like watching a magician steal your watch while explaining how they're doing it. No, it's fine, Earthlings. Just keep clapping while your identity evaporates. At this rate, in 100 years, history books will read. Humans were invented by Jeff in 1997. Please direct all questions to Jeff's office. The erosion isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, as changing the meaning of a word. A ritual that once bonded entire communities, now reduced to a meme. A landmark stripped of its story and turned into a selfie backdrop. In the absence of memory, meaning itself becomes negotiable, and every time you allow that trade, you lose another thread of the tapestry that made you. This gradual dismantling works because it's personal and universal at the same time. Every erased joke, every lost melody, every unremembered face is one less anchor holding you to the life you thought you had. The deletion accumulates until the you standing in the mirror isn't the you who began the journey. The change is so slow, you might even thank the thief for helping you grow. Or worse, you won't even notice. You'll just wake up one day, eating breakfast, and realize you don't like the food you've loved your whole life. Not because you changed, but because the version of you that loved it has been deleted. Poof, gone. Like your gym membership in February. Erasure doesn't just happen in memories and history. It happens in your digital shadow. The version of you that lives online is as real to the system as the one breathing in your chair. And that shadow is fragile. With one algorithmic adjustment, years of posts, photos, and conversation can vanish into the void. No farewell, no trace, just gone. It is not deletion in the traditional sense. It's as if you never existed there in the first place. This is the most frightening kind of loss, the one you can't prove. Try explaining to someone that a decade of your life was scrubbed off the records, when all the evidence now points the more the world moves into data, the easier it becomes for whoever is at the controls to simply overwrite you. Imagine a book where someone swaps out every word of your life with something else and leaves you to keep reading as if nothing happened. Oh, perfect. So now we have gone from you might be glitchy Wikipedia page to you might be a badly cached website. At this point, Earthlings should start leaving notes to themselves carved into rocks, because rocks don't have delete buttons yet. The human brain has a built-in failsafe. It resists full deletion. That's why you sometimes wake up in the middle of the night with a name, a face, or an image in your head you can't explain. These are fragments, scraps that survived the purge. But even those can be poisoned. False data can be injected into the gaps, so you cling to something that never actually happened, convinced it's a precious memory. This is how identity is rewritten, not all at once, but with surgical edits you never see coming. Think of it like replacing bricks into a building, one by one. From the street, the structure still looks the same, but inside, the foundations are being swapped until the entire thing is built from someone else's design. One day you step inside and realize this is no longer your home. And the worst part? The intruder didn't break in. You invited them. Oh wow, that's comforting. So the thief isn't even wearing a ski mask. They're just sitting at your kitchen table sipping coffee. And you're like, oh hey, thanks for fixing the place. Meanwhile, they have replaced your bed with a hammock and your front door with a vending machine. There is another layer, and it's the one you're least prepared for. You may not be the only target. Entire groups can be erased together, their shared experiences disassembled in sync, so none of them can remind the others what was real. When the group memory collapses, it's as if the entire chapter of existence never happened. This isn't just personal identity theft, it's species-wide revision. And when that happens, the erasure becomes self-sustaining. Without records, without evidences, without witnesses, there is no one left to restore what's been taken. The future that emerges from that blank page will never know the version of you that fought, built, loved, and lost. You'll still be here in body, but in every way that matters, you'll be someone else entirely. So basically, Earthlings, you're all on one big group project, and somebody keeps deleting your work before you can turn it in. And instead of panicking, you just shrug and go. Guess we didn't need that part anyways. At this rate, you will graduate with a diploma that just says, meh. The final stage of erasure isn't about what's taken, it's about what's left. You're not just being deleted, you're being replaced. New stories, new facts, new history slides quietly into the space where your truth once lived. And because the replacement arrives dressed in authority, you don't question them. You nod, you agree. You become an active participant in your own rewriting. This is why the last version of you to survive is often the most dangerous one, because it isn't you. It's a simulation wearing your face, built to keep functioning in a world you no longer recognize. And here's the catch. The more you act like the simulation, the more the real you fades. So you're saying Earthlings could end up as their own evil twins, except instead of a cool scar and a darker outfit, the twin is just better at paying bills and liking boring TV shows. Congratulations, you've been replaced by a budget version of yourself. But erasure isn't perfect. It never is. There are always micro-glitches. A word you shouldn't know. A face you recognize but can't place. A sudden sharp wave of déjà vu that doesn't fit in the life you remember living. These are the cracks in the simulation. The tiny fractures where truth still bleeds through. The question is, will you notice them? Most won't. They will smooth them over with rational explanations and move on. But some of you, some will follow the cracks back to the source. And when you do, you will find that the truth is still there, buried, fractured, but waiting. The danger is that it may not want to be found. Ah, yes, because nothing says fun weekend activity like digging through the rubble of your own mind looking for contraband memories. Pro tip, Earthlings: if you do find something, maybe don't post it online. The people doing the erasing probably have a delete button for that too. So here's the part you can't ignore. The erasure isn't slowing down. It's accelerating. Every year, more of your past is stored in systems you don't own, on platforms you don't control, in formats you can't preserve. You're outsourcing your memory to places that see you as data. And if you lose control of that data, you don't just lose your photos or your posts, you lose the ability to prove you ever existed the way you remember. That is the real theft. So ask yourself, Earthlings, if they came for you tomorrow, what pieces of yourself would you be able to save without their permission? And here is my totally calm, non-paranoid advice. Start keeping something that can't be wiped with a keystroke, a letter, a print, a memory you've told so many times, it's burned into your bones. Because if you don't, well, one day you might wake up in a world where everyone swears you were never here, and you will be the only one left who remembers otherwise.